just wanted to be a wrestler since I was like 5 years old.
When I was 14, back in Birmingham in England, I went to a training school by a man named Steve Logan, who used to do World of Sport back in England.
I went over to Canada and trained with Lance Storm and his wrestling academy over there.
I was very lucky in the UK I got teamed up with Scotty Too Hotty from Too Cool. Being my name Marc is cool, the promoters in England thought it'd be a great idea to team me up with Scotty Too Hotty and us do Too Cool UK. I wrestled Doug Basham from the WWE. I actually wrestled one of Wade Barrett's first matches, and his name at the time was Stu Sanders. So I ended up quitting wrestling back in England and moving over to New Zealand, and came to Queenstown after a bit of travel, and I just fell in love with Queenstown.
So I was working at McDonald's while I was training, and it wasn't really paying enough bills. Come home and started up with Marc. Actually, he got me into KPW in Wellington.
So that's how I started in New Zealand, and now down here, me and my partner Troy have started our own promotion called Southern Pro Wrestling.
I know I shouldn't show the long game.
Marc and I, we've talked about it for years, and it's just we wanted to do it right, and we didn't want to just rush into it and put on a show and have so many regrets about things we could have done better, or should have done this, should have done that.
I always wanted it to be amazing, you know, and good and professional, and use the right people and do the right kind of show. So it was always there in my mind. One of the main problems was obviously a wrestling ring. You can't run a show without a wrestling ring.
The opportunity to buy the ring that we've got now come up from the KPW owners, and we just jumped on it.
Once we got hold of a ring, that was when we actually were able to look into running shows and running events, and our first one was Invercargill back in August, on the 8th of August. With that comes a lot of hard work of busting your ass and making sure that it's promoted, it's advertised, people know about it, you've got the right people, it's organised properly and it looks good.
Doing the postering ourselves and all the interviews with the papers and all that sort of crap, there's phenomenal hours in there, but it's worth it at the end of the day when you see all the boys come down and they're just so stoked because they've got a decent crowd to work in front of.
That was insane. Unless you're there, it's sort of hard to put into words, but there was something about that show that made it like this is what New Zealand wrestling should be.
Idol blocks the shot.
Yeah, it was cool, man. Real epic. Like 300 or 400 people, so it's pretty cool, pretty awesome being part of it.
Johnny Idol shoots off the ropes. Oh my goodness!
I wrestled Marc, and it just worked exactly how we wanted it to.
But look at this, T-Rex takes center ring straight away as Cool looks for the cool intentions, and talk about that power.
It wasn't a great technically outstanding match, it was more emotionally driven.
And this could be all he needs. Oh, cool intentions!
I thought the story that we told was perfect for what we needed to do. It worked really well, the crowd reacted to what we wanted them to, and I think it's going to lead him extremely well to tonight, where he comes to my hometown. All right, here we go again. This show's been kind of all me. So I've done the poster and the flyer and advertising, the show setup, the production, the lighting, the filming, the ring setup, everything you can possibly think of. I've kind of had to organise on my own, so it's been a bitch. So 20 past 5, we're going to want everybody in the back in the changing rooms, out of sight, out of mind. I don't think these camera guys got to set up the commentary. I think it's all going to be worth it when it happens tonight, because at the moment, looking at everything, looking at the setup, looking at the boys that are here, it's going to go off.
SPW moving forward, I'd like to think that a couple of years down the track we're going to have more frequent shows.
We want to run regularly Invercargill, Queenstown, Dunedin. So the future's looking good. We've got a good bunch of boys. We're set up now. We know how it's done. I think for our first efforts on the first shows, we've done a really good job. So God knows what we can do with having people that have already been there, telling their friends about it and getting a better audience next time.